Okay, are you all ready this time? No messing about. Smile! Okay, lovely men, you can come to the party as well. Just behave yourselves and put some clothes on. Hello, it's my birthday. Not my birthday, my YouTube birthday, my YouTube anniversary. I uploaded my first video a year ago and we're celebrating. So we have Marks and Spencer's clotted cream sponge, which I thought you'd like, and also cappuccino mini wafer squares, also Marks and Spencer's. I've started them by myself. So I'm a bit overexcitable. I've got all my animals. I could say I can't remember what else I've made apart from animals. I have made other things. If you knew, I do make other things and I do other projects, but I make a lot of animals. So there, I've got them all out because they wanted to join us for the birthday celebration. So I'm going to show you them. I'm not going to spend ages on each one, but I'll just show you. And if you've watched me for a long time, I'm sure you'll remember them. I can't remember all their names. Some of them I can, some of them I can't, but you may remember. So yeah, this is going to be just a fun, light-hearted episode. I like to keep them fun and light-hearted anyway, but it's a bit more fun. And I've got a giveaway at the end to celebrate. I've got some fabric for the sewers, and I've got some lovely yarny goodness for the knitters crocheters as well. So I've got two separate prizes, so I'm going to be doing that at the end. I'll chat along as I'm showing you all the things I've made over the year, but like I said, it's not going to be, it's a big pile, it's very big. And the lovely men have joined us as well, but they're off to get dressed because you know what they're like, they like to be all, you know. So I'm hoping they're going to be putting some jumpers on. When I'm better at knitting, I'll be able to knit them some jumpers, won't I? I haven't given up with the knitting. I will keep you updated with that, and I've got other things to show you, another purchase and everything, but I'll do that in my next episode. This is just a celebration, a giveaway, and just a little bit of a chat about how YouTube has changed my life, which people say that, don't they? YouTube has changed. Well, it actually has changed my life in such a good way, in such a positive way. I'll show you a couple of animals, then we'll talk a bit more about that. Who should we start with? Let's start with Fallopian Frog. Who remembers Fallopian Frog and a lovely name? This is a cool crafting frog. Cool Crafting called her Gracie. I called mine Fallopian because the pattern piece basically for her face looked like fallopian tubes. I held it up, it was kind of, you know, the picture you get, I think it's fallopian, yeah, the picture you get in science at school. Yeah, so we named her, me and some of the viewers named her Fallopian Frog, and I actually put her name on my Instagram and tagged Sarah Peel, because if I ever make anything, I always tag the pattern designer just so they can see it. It's a bit of, not that I've got thousands of followers, but it's a bit of advertising for them as well. And I put, you know, Fallopian Frog, and Sarah Peel then commented and put, what a fabulous name for a fabulous frog. She didn't know why she was called Fallopian, obviously, but there she is. So she's one of my favourites, and she's wearing Liberty dungaree. I got a lot of this Liberty, so lots of my things that I've made are in this fabric, which I absolutely love. I still got some left, and she's got an upcycled denim bag. Just put some, the flowers were supposed to go in a thing in her hair, but I couldn't do that. It was annoying to make, so I've just popped them in other things. I think the Emotion Elephant somewhere has got them. So there's animal number one, Cool Crafting Fallopian Frog. And now I'm going to show you I do a little bit of Amigurumi. I haven't done any for ages. I'm not sure if I'll do any again, but I did sort of go through a phase when I first started my channel, really, or just leading up to that, where I did a lot of crochet animals. And this is a tossed one. Lovely wool on the back, on the top. She doesn't have a name, I don't think, but I like her. I was pleased with her. I've gone off Toft. Yeah, I'm not into Amigurumi anymore. I think it's because I've gone a bit obsessed with all the sewn toys, and I guess that I like the accessories and adding all stuff to them. So if you've watched me for a while, I'm sure you know that. I'm going to show you another Cool Crafting, which is my first ever Luna Lapin. She doesn't have a name either. I love her boots. You can buy the buckles, but I didn't. I just used upcycled suspender belt thingies. Or is it from a bra? I think it's a suspender belt. I always say this, but bras and anything that has little things on, they're so handy for adding to things. So yeah, that's what I do. So I discovered lunar lapping. My mum bought the book and loved the book because she really liked what to make the blue coat on the front. My mum's quite good at making clothes for herself, and she loved this coat. And she bought the book, and I saw the book, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't think I'd have ever seen the book and noticed it anywhere else if she hadn't had it. So I borrowed it straight away. So can I borrow that now, please? I took it home, and yet made my first lunar lapping. Bought the book myself, and then the second book came out quite soon after that. Got the second one and got a bit obsessed. But my mum has only ever made 2, I think, and she did make the coat, and the coat is beautiful, but I've never made the coat. So that's how introduced me, and that then got me so much more into sewing and making animals, and I just like the creativeness of giving them characters and everything. I've got a bag. I'm going to show you this bag because it's been on the side and Holly's been sleeping and leaning up next to it, so it's a bit, Holly's my cat, so it's a bit hairy. So I made this from all upcycled fabrics, and I'm showing you because that was a bit of a highlight of the year, because I went to the East Anglian Yarn Festival and Stitched by Mrs. D was there, Paula, and I had a little chat with her, and she liked my bag. She said, I like your bag. She might have just been being polite, but she did say she liked my bag. So and she also got the fabric from, but I had just got it from a charity shop. So I had to say, I got it from a charity shop. I don't know what make it is. And I put a little bit of sea glass, because I have beachcomb as well, and I like to use sea glass. It's hard to drill when I drill it, and I've got some, I use it in my bags and things that I make. And I literally made some of these coasters and I gave them to some people at work. And I was going to take this bag to work, and I had this laying on here like this. I just laid it on there so I didn't forget to take it, but I didn't want to get it squashed. And I thought, it looks like a flower. I'm going to sew that on. So I sewed it on. So it's a bag and a table for your cup of tea, all in one. So yeah, that was nice, and it's got a nice memory because I took it to the East Anglian Yarn Festival. Let's put that there. I've got another lunar lapping. Don't know why I made another one. Just probably made loads. They were good. If you're interested in making animals, I would really recommend the lunar lappings. Get the book or get a kit. It's called Crafting Shop. Online, they're really good. And because they're hand sewn, most of you can be careful doing it. Whereas if you're on a machine, you're kind of whizzing along, and then it's easier to get it wrong, isn't it? So we've got a dog next. This is one from the early episode. This is no name, I don't think. And she's made from all upcycled clothing, just bits I've got. I think this is a fat quarter from Hobbycraft. I just bought a little pack of them years ago, never used them, and the bottom of the trousers are just from something I didn't wear, so I just cut that up. I like to cut clothes up when I'm not wearing them. So yeah, little fluffy dog, fluffy ears. We have, this is a little squirrel where she's over accessorized. I went a bit mad with her, and I'm going to put up the name of the book because I haven't got it with me. I can't remember that it's from, and I can't remember her name either. She was supposed to be made from felt, but I made her out of linen, and she was simple. She's fine to make out of linen, not like the Bride Bunny last week. She's got little Liberty ears. I made her I just went mad. I made her a little headband with a little flower in. I made her a little skirt, which just ties at the back, so it's quite straightforward. Put a little, oh, your legs open. She's got a little frill around the bottom, and I just crocheted 3 granny squares, stitched them over her shoulders to make a very simple, weird kind of top, but it looks like a top, so that worked, the little button on. So she was a cute make, and there's a video where I took her to the local park, and I put some nuts in her bag, which is actually one of my viewers' ideas. I put the nuts in her bag, and the squirrels took the nuts out of the bag. So if you go back, I can't remember what video it is, but it's a picture of a squirrel on the front, I think, of this on the front. So you might want to have a watch, and that was quite a fun video. What else have we got? We've got a little tiny mouse. which I made, which was kind of started from a pattern, then I just made her up. And that was for the Mouse Along, Helen's Mouse Along Make Along. And she's got a little crochet dress, which I just can't remember how I made. I just make things up. Just kind of crocheted a line. Crochet a line, and then I put a little frill around the bottom like that, and made her a little bag as well. Just a little felt bag. She's a little cutie. Oh, and I've used, for her whiskers, I've used dental floss, which is my top tip. I've got, he's a regular on the channel. This is Shane, the beach donkey. He's one of my favourite ever makes. I love him. He's got such a personality. He's got his little crochet backpack look. He's got his sea glass necklace like mine. I must be the only person in the world that's ever made a necklace for an animal. Yeah, again, he's cool crafting, and I think he is amazing. He's got such a lot of character. The pattern's amazing. I don't mean I'm amazing. And I just used, I think I got that out of a charity shop, but that's proper kind of surfy kind of look. But yeah, there's Shane. I'm going to keep him. I love Shane. Keep him there. He's one of my favourites. Actually, no, he's in the way. You'll have to go down there, Shane. What else have we got? Let's have a look at the back. We have got, I think, is she called Eleanor? I think she's called Eleanor Blush, I think, because the viewer's named her. And she's another pattern by Studio Seren, and everyone was making knitting the emotional support chickens, and I thought, what a lovely idea. I can't knit. I'm learning to knit now, but I could knit. I'm not sure I could knit chicken. And I thought I like the idea of an emotional support animal, so I couldn't decide. In the end, I decided on an elephant, and I wasn't sure how hard it'd be to make an elephant, but it was actually quite straightforward. It wasn't any harder than any of the other animals. And because she's emotional support, she's got hearts, and she's got lovely love all over her top. And I think she's nice, calming, relaxing colours as well, isn't she? So yes, she's an emotional support elephant. And throughout the year, I've needed quite a lot of emotional support, because when I started the channel, I kind of didn't realise it, but I was pretty unhappy. And like, I wasn't depressed, but I was quite unhappy, and my confidence was really low, and my self-esteem was low. And yeah, so I had got support, but I felt like I needed to do something myself to make myself feel better about myself. And I have always crafted, but not as much as I have this year. I've obviously not loads and loads and loads, but so that's originally why I started the channel, to build my confidence. But I didn't realise that all the support I'd get from all the lovely viewers, I have cried at some of the comments. Literally, they've made my eyes, not crying, my eyes cry, but I have. They've just really touched me, and some have been lovely to me and said, you know, about how nice things about me, but also there've been things about how I've helped them as well. And that's all stuff that I didn't even think about. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing. When you first start, you don't even know if anyone's going to watch, do you? So that's been lovely, but it's been has been emotional. And all the support I've had from other, again, I didn't know this was a thing or this would happen, all the support I've had from other podcasters who've mentioned or they watch my channel. Randomly someone will put a comment and I'll think, oh, I didn't know they watch me, because I still feel like a viewer. That's the hard thing. You feel like a viewer, but suddenly you're not a viewer. So, but it's still, when someone comments and they watch you, then you feel like a bit, oh, I can't believe they watch. And I'll tell them, oh, this person watches me, and they'll say, who are they? Oh, listen, who are? And people have mentioned me in their channel. They've talked about me as well, and the things they say are just like, oh, they're so nice, and oh, they're actually talking about me. And And I think I do say it a lot, but I do think when you're good at crafting or you're creative, I think it's easier if you paint or you draw or that kind of artist. But I think if you're just a creative person who makes things, who expresses themselves, I don't think you get a lot of, not that you want praise, but you don't get any, it's not really seen as anything, is it? It's not seen as anything important or anything, I don't know. It's not the sort of thing people just think you make things and they don't think anything else of it. So as a maker, creative person, I think it's just lovely to feel good about what I do, I suppose. It makes me feel good about what I do, but proud. And I've said it before, so probably people fast forward this bit, we should go on about that again. But I think it's important for people watching too, if you're a maker and you create things and you sew or you knit or you crochet, or just that is such a good skill to have, and be proud of it. But anyway, I'm waffling on about that. 6 months into it, started to feel better and really, really enjoy what I was doing and take it a bit more seriously. And I did set myself a target. I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers by a year. I literally did yesterday, which was, or the day before, I think, which was around about a year. So that's to reach that goal, and it's this is the right time as well. So, but that was thanks to Penny. Thank you, Penny, for mentioning me in your channel, Penelope's Chinwag, and I think I've had lots of people coming over from there. So thank you and welcome all Penny's lovely viewers. Yeah, so that was amazing achievement. I feel really proud of that, because when you first start, you just think, oh, is anyone even going to watch? Am I going to like it? And I just thought, can I even talk? And if I couldn't even talk, my first video, I was talking about it with a friend at work, and she said, oh, you look so visible. And I didn't really smile much, which was partly due to not really being used to talking on camera and just concentrating so much about what I was saying, whereas now I just waffle on, cut out the bits that are a bit too waffly, but it's still quite waffly. But at the beginning, I didn't smile or anything. But I think I was a bit miserable, really. And I'm much happier now, which is thanks to you. It's thanks to everyone watching and the comments. And yeah, so really, really, and I want to just carry on doing it now and not grow the channel like I want to make loads of money from it, but just, I think that when you set goals, it makes you feel good about yourself, I suppose. I've never felt that confident about being good at anything, or my skills, or that kind of thing. So it's nice to, the things that I am good at, people appreciate them. That's it. People appreciate the things I'm good at, and that makes you feel a bit proud of what you can do. I'm sorry this is so waffly. And I remember Linda, if you're watching, I think you will be, left me my first ever comment, and I think it was my first or second, I think I got about 5 or 6 views on my first one. I did get a couple of, one of them was Neil, a couple of likes on the video. And then my second video, Linda, who has her own channel, Joy of Things. So if you haven't watched her, go and have a look at her channel, because it's just her life, and it's just real life, and she's got a beautiful garden, and she loves buying things. You won't mind me saying, will you? She likes buying things, and she keeps it real. She says it's all real life. And yeah, so when Linda left the comment, I said, someone's watched it and they've left a comment, and literally I'm tearing up now, because it's just, you just don't think anyone will. And yeah, I'll remember. I'm literally getting emotional now. Sorry, just wait, just have the giveaway. And it got up with me being emotional. Thank goodness for the emotional support channel. Support, love it. Yeah, I'm just feeling proud of myself, and I'm feeling much happier about myself and everything. So it's emotional. And to everyone who's left a comment, or especially some of the people who've been there from the beginning and always comment every single week, and you just feel like you get friendships with people, and that's what's nice and unexpected, that people are so nice. And it shouldn't be unexpected that people are so nice, but it has. I feel it's just, I don't know, it's just surprised me that people are so lovely. So, and when I talked about it to my sister or anyone, I think they just think, and they just say, oh, the crafting community is just so nice. I think people are just lovely. So apart from a couple of thumbs down, we won't comment about it. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm a blubbering mess. Let's just think about the cake. yeah, so I don't know how I'm going to put this video together because I think it's just going to be me really waffling on. Let's do something fun. Let's go to the Rowan, your favourites. Rowan is one of the videos who's been one of the people who have watched me from right near the beginning and always comments, and I know that she loves these. These are my little pumpkin-headed people, which I think these are kind of how I am, a bit quirky, but they're cute, aren't they? I did get this from a pattern and it was on Etsy and I can't remember who it was, but if I can find it, because it's ages ago now, I'll put it up there, but I'm going to keep them out because it's nearly autumn, isn't it? So yeah, and I think they got me into being more creative with my makes when I started making those too. So, and I just love, because every time I make, because I've made a few, I made one for my nanny as well, and they always look sideways, but that kind of gives them a bit more expression, and oh, I love them, the little faces. So yeah, they're just cute and adorable and a bit quirky. And I'm going to show you these because I think I might have changed the pattern or made it a bit bigger or a bit different. I did a challenge to myself, which was how many things can I make out of a pair of jeans, way back in the first few months of my channel. And my favourite make, I'm going to show you actually. I did make a pinny, which was quite cool. I'll show you that. So I made a pinny from the front band of the jeans, and I put the actual pocket of the jeans on, I made a tie to put round and used some upcycled fabric, which is from an old tablecloth, I think, and made myself a pinny, which I actually wear. And it's lucky really that it isn't covered in bits of bread or anything. Oh, my eye's all red now. So, and as part of that, I made this character who I had, because it was denim, and I thought, who can I make denim? And nobody guessed who it was at the time, but then somebody did. It's like somebody watched a video about 6 months later and put a comment. I guessed right, but it's my denim moon face. It's basically moon face from the faraway tree. I just made up these clothes. They're not the best clothes, but I kind of remember him wearing a bow tie. And he's got a little felt. I made his trousers out of felt, and just a little coat from the same as his coat matches the pumpkin people's face. That was from an old curtain. I do like to upcycle and use what I've got, because that kind of gets me creative. I like using all the, what can I use, and do you know what I mean, and putting it all together, and that's sort of part of the fun for me. So yes, we have denim moon face, who's another favourite. Got him down there. We're getting to the end. We've got the lovely mouse, who I made again for the Helen's mouse along make along, which was a lovely thing to do. We all made mice. Everyone could make a mice, and all different sorts of mice, and we all shared them on social media. And I actually was lucky enough to win a prize in that one. And I made her dress out of 80s fabric that my mum had bought from a school fete in the 80s and never used, and she'd given it to me, and I said, yeah, I'll have that, and then never used it. And actually it's pretty. I like it with the gingham. I think it's a good mix. So there's her. She's lovely. And I've got another Amigurumi, which was my first ever one, which is, I think it was called Bryn, the sheep. I got so bored putting these loops on, and in the end, it's got hair, stitched my own hair in. I gave up. It's got a bald bottom. In the 80s, do you remember, some of you might have even knitted them, the cardigans with all the loops on, which would have been taken hours to wear? Me and my sister had one. I can't remember, my mum and my nanny knitted them, because they're both good at knitting. My nanny still knits, and she's 96. And I remember my sister and I having these cardigans, and we didn't know how much work or even think about it went into them. And we had a swing at my nanny's house, and I remember that one of them plucked and pulled out like this on the swing. We thought that was hilarious, and we were doing it, and it was both some game. And now I feel so guilty, because it must have taken hours of work with the loopy cardigans, but they were very fashionable in the early 80s, late 70s. And we've got, this was my Christmas in July. I'm not Christmassy, I have said that before. I make a few Christmas things, but I'm not mad Christmas person. However, I did join in with Christmas in July, and I made a Christmas pudding head person. called Prudence. Can you see a little bit of what's the word? A theme going on with the dolls, just with different heads, basically. So yeah, there she is. I love the colouring on her. I like those sort of Christmassy colours. They're not quite traditional, are they? But you know me, I have to be a bit different. Can't be the same as everyone else. Let's have a look. Right, we've got... Does anyone remember Arthur? I made Arthur and he didn't have any clothes. I didn't like him. I didn't bond with him. And I showed him to everybody and said, I don't like him. Then everyone put in the comments, that's really a poor thing. And then someone, I think that was Linda, called him Arthur. So he's now called Arthur. And I like him. So as you can see, I do like the accessories. They're always well dressed, my own. I've got a lot of, won't be just a dress, it will be a dress and a bag and lots of extra things. And now we have another headed animal. I imagine I'll be making some more of this kind of thing. I do other things as well. If you're watching, I think to show you, I don't just make animals, I do make other things, but this is the birthday episode, so it's an animal special. So then I thought, oh, because for ages I've been thinking, what other heads can I make? And then I was literally making a spaghetti bolognese. I looked at the garlic clove, oh, I can make a garlic person. So I just did the same and just used a garlic coloured linen. I made a garlic girl. She's called Clover. She's called Clover, yeah. And she did have a dress, and she's got a skirt as well, but I'm not sure where that is. And I crocheted her a little jumper, which is a bit big around the neck. She doesn't mind. She's got a big head to take it off. And she has a little baby called Clovette, maybe. So I made her a little baby garlic. I'm just switching off now. And there she is. When I was doing it, I said to Neil, where would the face be? Where would the face be on a garlic clove if it was alive? I think he just said, yeah, that looks all right. Neil, my husband, he's not like surprised by anything I do. I will say something like, I'm sure some people say, what are you going mad? What are you doing? Be slightly worried about me, but he just takes it all in his stride. He's just really good like that. And this was obviously, as you can tell, a coaster, which I've just made into a little bed. I loved making her. So there she is with her little baby. Lovely. Keeping her out, keeping out my favourites. I want to make some more headed ones. What else have we got? We've just got a couple of more of the Studio Surrem ones. This is gorgeous. This was the deer pattern. I love the deer pattern. It's really nice. I'm trying to be all sensible to the garlic person. There she is. And finally, we have the flat-faced bear. Who's got a very flat face. She's cute as well. I don't know if she's supposed to have a flat face or if I didn't stuff her enough, I don't know. But again, I like those choice of fabrics that I've used myself. I think I got those. Did I get that? I think I got that. I just got some from a charity shop. The little foxes on here are from Jules fabric, which again, I don't get loads from Hobbycraft, but I had got from years ago. I'd bought a couple and that was another one of the ones. I think I made my mum a project bag with it. So that is all the animal friends I've got. That's a lot, isn't it? But if you're new, I also do other things. I've got embroidery in here, and I've got some crochet, which I haven't done for the ages, in there. And I've got a pin cushion that I made. That was a nice make of the year. I've got my bag from the other episode. There's my little pin cushion I made from a vintage transfer, vintage embroidery transfer. I'm trying to show some sensible things now in case you're all unsubscribing with all my weird animals. Right, so should we do the competition? Because that might be what you're here for. And you just had to go through all that and being all emotional in the middle. So the giveaway is a thank you, really, for all the support and encouragement and boosting me up and keeping me going. Everybody. So not anyone in particular, everybody. I appreciate everybody. and this is my way of just putting something back and saying thank you. And I get quite excited pulling the name out of the hat, or May did it, my niece last time. She might do it. They're getting a kitten, so I'm so excited. She's been waiting 10 years to get a kitten. My sister's not really into animals. I don't think she'll mind me saying. And May's been asking for a cat for 10 years, and she's finally been allowed, so they're getting it later today. So I think I'm going to go and see the little kitten next Saturday. If I do, I'll get May and maybe the kitten to pull out the names. There's 2 boys out of the hat. If not, I'll get Neil to do it. Second best Neil. So the prizes I've got a sewing one and a knitting crochet one, because I know, or yarny one, because I know you might do either. So you'll recognise these. I bought these a couple of weeks ago, and I've got myself another bundle of fabric, and I've got a lot of it, so I'm going to give these away now instead and use that. So this is Tilda fabric, so I've got 4 Tilda fat quarters, which are gorgeous, and they're really lovely quality. They were really nice feeling cotton, so I will show you close up. That one, that one, that one, and a beachy one. Oh, now I'm thinking I want to keep them. Too nice. No, I'm going to give them away. And I'm also going to put in a little bundle of these, which are the little hexies, the hexiform ones, so you can keep them in. So if you want to try English paper piecing, but you weren't really sure about the paper ones, you can try these, and you don't have to take the papers out. And I did test some, and they look really pretty. Look at that. I've used Liberty on those ones, and you just keep them in the back, and they're just lovely and puffy, and then you can just stitch that onto something if you want to, like I have on here, but you can stitch them on whatever you like, or you can stitch a load together if you want to. But I think there's going to be enough to make maybe 3. I'll make sure I give you the right number so you've got enough and you haven't got a missing corner or something. Yeah, so that's going to be not bad. I'm keeping that. You don't want that to. Yes, there's going to be those and those for the sewing while people. And I've got this lovely yarn from Attic Spin Dye. Thank you, Angela, because I ordered this and Angela put those goodies in for me as well. And I picked this one because I love the colour. And then she gave me 2, so I'd got one myself. Thank you. I'm going to cry again. So that's the sort of thing as well. Things like that. People are so nice. And it's just, like, I don't think people are horrible normally, but it's just people are so generous and kind and lovely. So thank you. And this is called Jemima. And it's superwash merino and nylon, 75%, 25%, 100 grams. And the colour is absolutely beautiful. And you know I like pink and orange, pink and peach, so that's why I chose that one. And then I've got another one, and she's given me some beautiful hand-dyed threads as well and fabric, but I'm going to show you that in my next episode, because this isn't, I'll keep that for them, but I just keep looking at them because the colours are absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so the second prize is going to be this, and I will put in a couple of my, well, I've got one here of my little sea glass stitch markers, which I made myself, and I'm always saying I'll make a load and put them in my Etsy shop, and I never do it. So they're not fun to drill. So it's the sort of thing I put off, but I'll put that in as well. So that will be prize number 2. What you need to do to, actually quickly before I show you that these aren't in the prize either, I'm just going to show you my top beachcombing finds of the year, because they're here and I'll probably lose them. So this is the most prettiest blue. I like beachcombing too. I go on the Suffolk coast and look for sea glass. I've got this one. That's my favourite one because it's the brightest blue ever. These are really rare. I don't find these very often. And this little one, which you might remember, which looks like, but I think is a button, would have been a button. Neil found that one though, so I can't even, he said, oh, what's this? We thought it was a sweet, but it is sea glass. So they're my 2 favourite sea glass finds of the week of the year. So yeah, if you put in the comments, I would like to win the yarn, or I would like to win the sewing bundle, and then I will cut all the names out, write all the names down, and put them in 2 hats, and pull a name out. And I'm going to do it on Saturday the 30th. So this coming Friday, which I think is the 29th, it will be the last day to enter. So it's been emotional ride, but super fun. And here's to another year on YouTube of sharing and making friends. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very soon. Bye everyone.